The Christian mindset just wants to be spoon fed. They really don't want to have to think about it. And I think it's a common problem that comes with the religious mind that critical thinking isn't necessary. It isn't asked for. It's actually kind of discouraged. It's listen to what's being taught you and go with that. You can build on that a little bit, but that's all. Don't explore outside. Don't color outside the lines in our faith. Always follow what leadership tells you to do. And a prime example of this is when many, many years ago, with less gray in the beard, and actually no beard at the time, a little more hair on top of the head, we were in a Bible study. And in this Bible study was an interesting dynamic. There was Candy and I, and we were probably 22, 23, one or two kids, maybe 24, 25, somewhere in there. And there was another couple around our age, actually, and then there was another two couples at one point. And then a handful of other couples that were our parents' age, so 30 years older than us. And in this Bible study, we kind of took turns kind of lead, and a pastor would come in, maybe give us a topic or a book to go over and learn and discuss, but we were kind of left on our own in our own devices and teaching and learning. And it opened up some avenues, and it exposed something to me that I looked at later in life and was like, wow, that was something. Because at one point I took over and led a Bible study. And I led a Bible study on prayer and based it basically on the Our Father and how Jesus taught us how to pray. And then everyone kind of liked it and the way it went and what they learned from it. So they decided, let's let Candy and Dan lead the next Bible study. And we decided we were going to get one of the church programs. So I didn't have to do a bunch of research on my own. Since I was the guy, I had to be the one researching, doing all the studying. We took this video series that it was on. And the video series was on retirement and what to do when you're preparing and getting close to the age of retirement. Again, Candy and I are 25 years old at the most, not even thinking about retirement yet. Yet we were leading this group because the group picked it out because most of the group was people that were in their 50s and 60s. So they were at that age and that was pertinent to them. But they chose us to lead this, something we had no business talking about, something that was no part of our life or had any experience or relative thought on what this was going to be like. We were so far away from it. But they chose us to lead it for the simple reason of, one, they didn't want to do it, and two, they didn't want to think about it and put all that effort into it. They just wanted to be taught. And I think that is a good description of what the Christian mindset is. How many times when you were in the faith did you just go to church, sit down, and check out? And just soak in what was ever being told to you and not really rationalize it, kick it around in your head because you were kind of trained not to. Because if you start doing that, you start seeing discrepancies and contradictions that are being taught. This message you're teaching today doesn't match up with the message you taught last month, type stuff going in your mind. So they want you to be kind of numb in the brain and just kind of accept what is being taught and put forth to you and just soak it all in because that's the truth we need for today. Sit down, buy it, listen to it, take it all in. Don't think. And it programs these Christians not to have critical thinking skills and this religious mindset not to really process anything completely through or take it and compare it to everything else, even though you're called to be a kind of a Berean and really study into the Word and see if whatever is being taught to you holds up to the light of Scripture. But it was told that many times. Make sure anything that comes to you, any word or unction that God may reveal to you or another pastor may reveal to you, take it to the Scriptures. Except if our teachers are teaching you, because we don't need to be held accountable. And it just shows kind of this mindset that people get lulled into. And it doesn't just stop at the religious mind. There's plenty of mindsets out there that just soak in whatever's being confirmation to their bias. So whether it be MSNBC, CNN, Fox, that's all I'm going to take in. That's all the information I need. It confirms everything I already believe. I don't really have to think about it much. I'm just going to regurgitate whatever I learn, and that's the truth. It's a lazy way of going through life. It's a sad way of going through life because you'll never really grow. You'll never really ever learn. All you're going to do is just be taught gibberish and redundant facts and supportive theories that go on to this and never challenge anything in your brain. If your brain's a muscle, you know, you're never working it out, so it's going to get weak and flabby. You got to work it out. You got to challenge it. You got to put in an effort every now and then to think about things and let it go in. Don't just be spoon fed. Because another lesson we always learned was you're getting milk and you need to get meat. Well, think about that. Who gets the milk in a lifespan? It's a baby who's just basically doesn't have to do a whole bunch of work except open their mouth and suck. When you have meat, you have to cut it, you have to cook it, you have to cook it, you have to prepare it, you have to cut it, you have to chew it, you have to do all that. It's a little more involved. But it makes you grow and sustains you even better throughout life. You can't live on milk forever. Sometimes you got to eat that meat. Sometimes you just got to start thinking for yourself.